Welcome to the School of the Giant podcast, and I am your host, Hopeton Bailey. On the podcast today, we have David and also Maurice, who they will be introducing themselves, I'm sure. But we talk about the power of the spoken words, which is very powerful. But actually, when you actually take words and you actually use these words to create a book, this is so powerful. Today on the podcast, we have David, who is a very, very powerful young author. And today we've got the privilege of meeting with David in the UK, in Doncaster in the UK. David, welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome to the School of the Giant.
Thanks for having
Please, so my first, not really question, but my first thing to you really is to ask you to tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, my name is David Kumar. I'm 14 years old and I'm a musician, an actor and a author. And I like to make music in my spare time, create songs and write my own music and lyrics. And I do that most of the time and I really like doing it.
Okay, fantastic. Now, before we come to being an author, which is what we are most interested in today.
Okay.
But you did mention that you're a musician.
Yes.
So tell us about how could you lay claim to say that you're a musician? What is it that you can do in the field of music, and also how did you learn to be what you are in terms of the music business so far, because this is powerful.
Well, I've been singing since I was a little kid, and I've really had a passion for music. So when I got into year 7, I've been learning how to play guitar and doing grading for it. So doing professional exams and to become higher.
Okay.
And I've been using those skills that I've been taught to also become independent. And then I've been learning things off YouTube and Google and how to better myself, how to create my own music. And now I've finally been doing it and I've gotten great at it and I'm just doing it to this day.
You're just growing from strength to strength.
Yes.
Fantastic. That's amazing. So now to the main thing. So this fascinates me a lot. Just to see that. Sorry, you didn't mention your age. I'm not sure if you want to share that on the podcast. So how young are you? I should ask.
I'm 14 years old.
I'm 14. So 14 years old, and to now you've published is this your first or your second or third book?
My first.
Your first book.
Yes.
But I think you did say before we come on screen that you have maybe 2 or 3 more books in the making.
Yes, that's correct.
Okay,
yes.
So wow. So issue 1, Elemental Ninja Text, Out of the Shadows by David Kumar. Tell us now, what inspired you to write this book? And also tell us a little bit about the content of what's going on, because to be fair, I haven't read it yet, but I'm going to read it now, yes, but tell us.
Okay, so the book is about 6 teenagers, one of them called Karen Pax, who discovers with the help of his friends that their parents left behind a legacy of elemental powers and a hidden world of ninja techs. So they end up using their powers to become heroes that protect the world from a new threat called Voragon, who is an alien monster who wants to come and destroy the world. So the ninja techs, they form together and they have to save the world from him, stop him. Yeah.
So you mentioned someone want to destroy the world.
Yes.
These are young people who want to save the world.
Yes.
So would you look at me and say I'm the old guy who wants to destroy the world?
No.
I'm just joking. But David, thank you so much. This is really, I really admire. I know
Yes,
Maurice has a question.
Yeah, so I'm Maurice Elvey, of course. I am also an author and a teacher of mathematics, and I feel it's a privilege also to be here with David as a young author. You know, I feel quite privileged to be in your company as a 14-year-old. All right, how do you stay focused? Because at 14, I remember when I was 14, my interest was being outside, running around, playing football. I wasn't inspired, you know, to write a book or to do music. You know, what inspires you? What keeps you motivated and what keeps you on track?
Well, 2 years ago, I entered a poem, and it got published in the Young Writers Hidden Depths collection. And seeing that book being published made me realize that I could actually bring my stories to life, and that I could actually spread the word of my imagination. So I started with this idea that I'd written back when I was a kid, and I decided to build on it and make it better. So last year I started writing this book, and I ended up showing it to my friends and to my creative writing club, and they ended up encouraging me, saying that it was a very good story. So that inspired me to continue, and here I am now.
So your friends took it very serious.
Yes.
And said you should become a published author.
That's correct, yes.
That is absolutely phenomenal. One last question for you, David, because I know this is we've just pulled you into this interview, right? But you know, what words of encouragement or motivational words would you have for young people your age? All right, what would you say to them? Can you just highlight the route you have taken, you know, to
get your book.
Get your book
On the
out
shelves.
there, and
Step-by-step
what words would you have to them if a young person is watching and they're inspired by what you do,
Okay.
but they do not know where to start?
Okay.
All right, what words do you have for them?
So, the moment you have an idea, you want to write it down, you want to hold on to that idea. And if you think it's an idea worth investing in, you want to build on it. You want to keep thinking of as many ideas or you plan your story, and then you just start writing and you keep building on it. And you also want to read a lot of books so that your knowledge increases and you know what you're writing about. So it's really about that first idea and everything else comes. Yes.
Yeah, and finally, you mentioned something about you got the idea
Yes.
and you thought about bringing the idea to life.
Yes.
Like at your age, 14, what do you know about bringing ideas to life? Like tell me more about this. You know, how did you get to this level where you start thinking about, I can bring ideas from my mind, I can hold a thought, and then I can hold this thought long enough to make it becomes a reality. How did you get to this level? That's my last question too. Yes.
Well, it's mostly because I have a very active imagination.
Okay.
So my mind is very powerful, and these ideas, if they're very strong, they were worth it to me. This book was worth it, and I thought that if this was something that I really wanted to invest in, I thought I should work for. So that's my advice to everyone else. That if their imagination is strong enough, powerful enough, the idea is something they really want to work on, really want to invest in, then they should just go for it, and then the rest will come later.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much from yes.
I do believe, David, you have an amazing story. At 14, I am sure that people who are watching, you know, will be certainly inspired just by this, all right, and by what you're doing. And people are watching also, and young people are watching will know that it is not impossible. Or because sometimes the perception of people thinking at 14 we cannot accomplish a certain things, but they've now seen that you have accomplished so much. So absolutely well done to you.
We've met up with the author, David, and he's actually signing. So this is our first book signing, and trust me, we really appreciate it. Yes.
No problem.
Thank you so much. School of Giants.
Okay.
And I like your signature as well.
Thank you very much.
Just let me tell you that, yes? Okay. Here we go.
All right.
David Kuma.
Excellent.
This is the school